What is up, cool kids? My name's Gavin, I'm that cool trainer, and as you can see, now that we are back at school, I have decided to pick up competitive Pokemon again. So, what we're doing, I kind of got tired, like I talked about a little bit in an update video, probably like the middle of summer, I think it was my midsummer update video. Building a different team and, just using a different team every day in just VGC kind of got a little bit boring for me. So I've been thinking of ways to shake it up a little bit. So we're starting this new series. So basically what I'm going to be doing is every week I'm going to be playing a new meta. And there will be an episode every day, Monday through Friday, because these are not that big of a commitment for me because, I play Pokemon for half an hour at a time. I can bulk record, and these take literally like 2 seconds to edit. So it's really not that big of a time, time consumption, I guess, for me. And I love playing competitive Pokemon, and I thought it was about time to get back to it. So with that, this week we are, on Monday, every Monday, we'll be doing the team builder, and then between episodes, I will tweak the team as I see fit, and then just go over the build for that specific Pokemon. So let's get into the team builder for this week. First we are doing the Meta Little Cup. This has been, as we go, I won't have to explain things as much. But we're doing the Little Cup for our first week because I quite like Little Cup. It's really fun, just because the meta is so weird. Like, as you can see already, like, you have to do EVs really weird in order for them to mean anything. So let's just go over that real quick. So we have Snover with a Choice Scarf with Snow Warning. Soundproof can be nice for things with like hyper voice, but it's not super common because there's not that many things with like Pixelate or Aerolate in Little Cup. So Snow Warning is infinitely better for your Snover because it lets you fire off perfectly accurate stab blizzards, which is really nice. Energy Ball is there for coverage. As well as Shadow Ball, because Abras and Ghastlies are super common. So it's nice to have some kind of super effective coverage on them. And Hidden Power Fire is for other Snover, Pharaoh Seeds, and Alolan Vulpixes, because all three of those are quite common. And for your EVs, like I said, because it's just such a low level, EVs, you have to do totally different. Like, if you fully invest, you are not getting the most out of your EVs. So, Showdown knows which way, to do your stuff. With getting the maximum out of it that you want. So we go for 14 speed. It's like middle of the road. For Little Cup, as you can, we'll go to Abra. Abra has 19 speed. Abra is a very fast Pokemon in Little Cup. So with the Choice Scarf, you will be outspeeding everything that is also not Choice Scarfed or under Swift Swim, or abilities like that, like Slush Rush. What else? So these give you the best spread. I don't know how Showdown figures that it does, but it does, and you will live a surprisingly large amount of special hits with this investment right there. So that is Snover. We have Alolan Grimer. Alolan Grimer is really good because of how common Abra and Ghastly are, because this completely shuts down both of them. Because it resists both stab of Ghastly, it's immune to Abra's stab. So it's just a very good mon. There's a couple of ways you can run it. You can choose to run Knockoff instead of Shadow Sneak, but I like the Priority. You can choose to do Gluttony, but realistically, if the only item really worth using in Little Cup that's Recovery is Berry Juice, and that pops at 50% anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. You should almost always go Poison Touch, which between Poison Touch and Poison Jabs, 30% chance of poison, you have a very good chance of poisoning something. Explosion is there just for massive damage. When you think you're going to live a hit with just a little bit left, it will do pretty much it will almost always do more than whatever attack you would do otherwise, and a Shadow Sneak. It will almost always do more. We have Pursuit to Pursuit Trap the Ghastlies and the Abras, Shadow Sneak for priority, Poison Jab for poisons and stab. And I'm not really going to talk about the EVs that much because I don't really know that much about them. Do pretty much whatever Showdown suggests, and will get you the highest speed if that's what you want in something like your Snover or your Abra. But Grammar doesn't really worry about speed, so don't really, just go with what Showdown suggests. Then we have Munchlax. Munchlax is, in my opinion, the one of the top probably 5 or 6 Pokemon in Little Cup, and it's so underrated. Like, you almost never see it. So Eviolite Munchlax gets to insane levels of bulk because you go to 27, right? Is that math? Yeah, that's math. 27 special defense and 16 or 17 defense with a 30 HP stat, which, again, this is Little Cup. You're at level 5. Those are insane defenses. It has no good form of recovery since you're holding the Eviolite outside of, like, rest. But this, its bulk and its power more than makes up for it. So you can do, again, same thing with Grimer. You can do Gluttony, but it doesn't really make too much sense. So Thick Bat's nice because it gives it... I never knew that's how they did it. Having the attack stat, interesting. Anyway, gives you 2 nice resistances to things that are pretty common. Ponyta is pretty common. What else can be kind of common? Cyndaquil, I've noticed, is kind of common, along with all the ice types that Snover has in Power Fire for. We have Seed Bomb for water types and for rock and ground types because those are also quite common. Return for stab, hits super hard actually. Earthquake for coverage, and Ice Punch also for coverage. You can swap out either Seed Bomb or Ice Punch. I like having them both just for... Oh, my windows are open, it's making a draft and making my door move. You can swap it out for like Thunder Punch or Superpower, but I prefer to have both of them just because Seed Bomb hits... water types really, really, really hard, and I don't have a ton for them. Actually, that's a lie. I kind of do. I just like Seed Bomb's, coverage power. It's base 80, 100 accuracy. You're not gonna miss. And Ice Punch is nice for dragons because other than Snover, I don't have anything for dragon types. Not that they're super, super common, but it's just nice to have. And then a 19 attack stat is also really good in Little Cup. So that's pretty much Munchlax. You are never going to go first with Munchlax, I will tell you that right now. Even against like Slowpokes, you will not go first. So I decided to go with 2 Choice Scarfish just because a 22 attack stat in Little Cup is insane. And its speed is not that bad either, but with Choice Scarf, you're going to outspeed everything that is not also Choice Scarfed. Sheer Force is there pretty much just for the Thunder Punch. To make Thunder Punch, I think it goes to like base 97. You could do Ice Punch. I believe it gets Ice and Fire Punch. But I like Thunder Punch's coverage a little bit better. What else? You could also do Superpower because this team does have kind of a problem with Scraggy. So Superpower could be useful, but it kind of stops the sweeping power a little bit. Plus 2 Earthquakes will take out a Scraggy, and you will still outspeed a +1 Scraggy with this setup. But we have Pursuit, just in case it's ever useful. It came in handy against things like Bronzor. It's come in handy against if I'm ever out against an Abra. Even though the rest of these will kill it, it's nice because this is guaranteed to kill. Plus, if he decides, well, not he, if your opponent decides to swap out, you have it covered. And there are those EVs. The rest moves are pretty standard. Stone Edge, Oko is pretty much anything that doesn't resist it. It's insane how much power Cranidos has. Then we have Pineco. Pineco is probably the first Pokemon that I would get rid of on this team, just because it's not always useful. The rest of them almost always prove their worth every match, but Pineco is hit or miss. I just think it's nice. It saves a team like a party slot if you have your spinner and your hazard setter as the same Pokemon. It does kind of limit you a little bit, so you can do with that as you will. We have Explosion for when you don't really want to switch out. Like when you want to switch to another Pokemon, when Pineco's done its job, it still does pretty good damage. Rapid Spin, obvious Stealth Rock, and I went for Toxic Spikes because Poison is really nice to basically just to do chip damage for your Snover, your Cranidos, or your Abra to sweep. Then we have Abra. Again, there's a lot of different ways you can run Abra. This is the one that I like, but lately I've been thinking about switching to Focus Sash. That is usually what they run, and it does usually make more sense to do that. Psychium Z, I tried it out, and it is useful every now and then, but I feel like the Focus Sash will be useful more often. But Magic Guard is the ability that you want to have because you don't take Stealth Rock damage, you don't take Poison or Burn damage, you don't take Hail damage from Snover. You really want Dazzling Gleam on here for the Scraggies. Energy Ball for your ground types. Psychic, again, just like Cranidos' Stone Edge, hits so many things super, super hard. Shadow Ball, just for coverage because Abra does not get a ton of coverage. You could do Signal Beam, but bug coverage isn't super great. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that would allow you... Actually, no, between Dazzling Gleam and Shadow Ball, you don't really need bug coverage. So that is this team, and that took how long? 10 minutes-ish. So we'll get into the battling now. So, sorry that took kind of a long time. I probably shouldn't have tried to explain the EVs. So we're going against Fire Blast TM. So this is a very, very standard team. This is these are Pokemon that you will see pretty much every battle. You will see at least one of these Pokemon in every battle that you play. So I'm predicting they're either going to lead with Mienfoo or Onix. So what handles both of them comfortably? I think Abra does, unless the Mienfoo's Choice Scarf. So I think I'm going to lead with Abra. Do I want to get rid of a Sweeper that early, though? Yeah, I think I'm going to lead with Abra. So he does send out the Onix. So I'm going to Energy Ball. Because I think he might set up Rocks. That's going to bring him down to a Sturdy. He's going to go back up with Berry Juice. That is very, very standard. So he does get up the Rocks. So we're going to Energy Ball again. He's probably going to Rock Blast me here and take me out. That's what I thought. But like the reason I stayed there was because Abra wasn't huge. Actually, yes, it was. I lost this match already just because I sacked Abra. Not as good play. I probably should have led Munchlax against this Onix, but I really didn't want to lead it against the Mienfoo. So we'll go Grimer, so we can just Shadow Sneak it and get it out of here. I mean, it did its job anyway. It's probably going to explode, honestly. Oh, we Shadow Sneaked. What am I saying? Goes for the Timber. I really want this thing gone. Fighting types do a huge chunk to my team, so I'm just going to explode. Okay, I'm fine with that. I probably should have Poison Jabbed first, but I didn't want to risk not getting that 70% damage off. So what do I do now? I'm going to go Cranidos. So, like I said, I'm pretty confident that I've lost this game already. So do I go... What do I do here? I think Thunder Punch is a safe bet. We living! Also, you may be wondering why I'm wearing a tank. You may be thinking, Gavin, you're white as a ghost and have, you know, the muscle tone of an infant. But it is honestly so hot, and like when I record I have to turn off my fans. And so it's honestly like a bajillion degrees in here, and that is an actual scientific number. So this thing's going to use Fake Out and kill me. Confirmed Choice Scarf. Okay. So we absolutely lose. We have no chance to win this match. So let's go... Go Snover. Yeah, because there's no way we win this match. Choice Scarf Mienfoo is probably the biggest problem for this team. So I think what I probably will do in between this episode and the next is find a decent counter to it. Which is really hard because Mienfoo is probably the best Pokemon in Little Cup. Yeah, I already know I lost, so I'm just going to get out of here. Like I said, I'm not going to swap out Pokemon between battles. I'm going to do it between episodes instead. So this is, like I said, another very standard team with Timber and Onix. So you know what, this time instead I'm going to lead Munchlax. Because Munchlax does a good chunk to pretty much everything on this team. Cool. So you would think that I would go for Seed Bomb, but when you're against an Onix lead, when it still has its Sturdy, you go for the Ice Punch, because you have the potential to freeze. And that's a roll whether it will do 50% and get it back up to its full. So I got a little bit of a high roll there. I probably should have Earthquaked. Actually, nah. Yeah, Ice Punch would be better, because it is weaker. We'll go with Seed Bomb. So, yeah, I really don't know. Onix is a problem, so I feel like I might swap out Pineco for Mareanie? Or maybe Staryu. I think Staryu would be good, but then I lose a significant amount of bulk, because Staryu's not bulky at all. So this thing's going to set up in Aurora Veil. I'm just going to return. I'm just going to do... Let's go! Okay, so okay, that put us right back where we want to be. I'm okay with getting a 2-for-1 with Munchlax. So he's going to Mach Punch and take me out, that's fine. Z Bulk Up. Oh no. That's bad news bears, my friends. That's bad news bears. Okay. Let's go Abra. Because we're sashed, we're going to live whatever he does to us. If he switches out, he wasted his Z move, so I don't think he will. Okay. So now he's going to go into the Pawniard and Pursuit Trap me, which is fine. It might be Choice Scarf. Oh man, it's suddenly raining, like really hard, and my windows are slightly open. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. So it is confirmed Choice Scarf Pawniard. I just noticed this guy's name. How classy. So what is your speed? You get to 16 speed. So Cranidos will speed type, but you're locked into Pursuit, so that's kind of okay. So what would you want to switch to? I'm going to Stone Edge because... Yeah, I'm going to Stone Edge. I should have Earthquaked. I missed the Stone Edge. You're kidding me. I definitely should have Earthquaked. How real am I? Let's go to Pineco. Alright, let's Rapid Spin, because rocks don't help me a ton. I'm gonna go Boom. Yeah, rocks don't help me any. Toxic Spikes don't help me any, because Abra doesn't take toxic damage. So I'm just gonna go Boom, do a big chunk to that Mareanie. And then we'll go back to Cranidos, and I think we can Earthquake comfortably for the win. So I think between... Actually, that Choice Scarf will make it outspeed Snover. So Grimer... okay, so never mind then. I was going to say Grimer would have to pick up the knockout, but I guess not. So he's going to go Abra here. He goes the Mareanie. Maybe he just sacked it to get the extra damage, or extra recovery from Regenerator. But now we are very comfortable where we are because we have Alolan Grimer in the back and this Abra cannot touch it at all. So, very nice. So we are 1-1. I'm going to keep track of that, actually. Do I have any form of paper over here? I do not. I have no paper at a desk. What am I doing with my life? So you were not sashed either. Huh. What is our rating? Because I've been playing this for a while, just kind of messing around when I have a couple minutes. We are 11:25. Not bad, my friends. Not bad. So we are 1-1. I will open up a note. Alright, so I had some weird audio stuff happen, so we're just going to do another one. We are still 1-1 as it stands. So we see another very basic team. Shellder is a very interesting Pokemon to see. Because I do believe that it can have Explosion. As can Onix. I'm not sure about Ponyard, but I don't believe so. Again, Mienfoo. Fantastic, fantastic Pokemon. I think I'm going to lead Snover. Freeze, 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 freeze. No. Okay, so he does get the rocks up. Not a gigantic deal. You know the Shellder? The Ponyard. Yeah. So 42%. Am I willing to get rid of my Snover for this Ponyard? I think I am, actually. It is also scarfed. Interesting. So then we will go Munchlax. And what's going to come in on this? What's going to switch in here? I feel like it may be the Abra? I'm an Earthquake. He stays in? Oh, he's dead. The flinch. Are you fluffy kidding me right now? He's going to stay in? Yeah, he's going to flinch me again, isn't he? I bet he is. Am I psychic? Am I an Abra? He apologized. You're good. Well, that stinks. So, we speed tie here. Hopefully I can win. I really don't think I've not won one speed tie with Cranidos. So yeah, that is the whole game. We're going to finish it out, just so we can see our rating at the end here. I have done probably 2 battles off screen. One of them was how I discovered the audio wasn't working, and the other one was somebody that we already faced. It was the first person that we faced, and I don't like doing that in Let's Plays on Showdown, or not Let's Plays, on battles on Showdown. I feel like I'm probably glistening right now. I am very, very sweaty. We outspeed. Alright, well, that's the whole game, either way. Goes to the Shellder. Like I said, I'm just going to finish it out. I'm probably just going to go boom here. How sweaty do I actually look? Not awful. Not awful. So, we are 1-2 this week for Little Cup. If you enjoy this, if you like seeing different things, I do feel like Pineco will end up getting the axe. Maybe for Shellder. Because I know Shellder does get spikes, and I think it gets toxic spikes as well. And I believe it does get rapid spin. I'm going to confirm that, though. Team Builder. Get rid of... Actually, I have a blank one. Go to this one. Little Cup. Get out of here. Shellder. Okay, you do get rapid spin. You do not get spikes. Or toxic spikes on Fort. You do get Rock Blast, though, so that's a decent move. We go boom, either way. Yeah, it doesn't even kill it. That's fine. Well, so we go down to 1050 on the board. So, I don't know what I'll end up switching it out for. Not quite sure yet. I know I want something to be, words. I want it to be something with rapid spin. So let's look for that. Alright, so it could be, I believe, could go Tentacool. That could be interesting. So I don't know, Tentacool gets toxic spikes. I think Bergmite gets spikes. Drillbur could be interesting, but it's not as bulky as I would like it to be. Well, neither's Tentacool, really. Well, especially it's pretty bulky. So I'll think about it. That's something for me to figure out in between today and tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. Like I said, this will be Monday through Friday every day, and each week we will be doing a different meta. I don't know what we're going to be doing next week. I haven't gotten that far ahead yet. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video as much as I have, please, please, please like and or subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at ThatCoolTrainer. And until next time, smile later.